Under the relentless sun, a parched field stretches endlessly, the heat shimmering above the dry grass. A lone fox, gaunt and weary, struggles through the tall, brittle stalks, his ribs stark against his thin frame. His tongue hangs from his mouth, a desperate plea for moisture in the arid air. Eyes darting, he scans the barren horizon, a flicker of hope battling against the gnawing hunger. The fox approaches the wall, his senses alert as he surveys the barrier between him and the vineyard. His pace quickens, fueled by the tantalizing promise of grapes just beyond reach. A glimmer of hope ignites in his eyes, reflecting the lush bounty he so desires. He circles the wall, seeking a weakness in its formidable defense. Determination hardens his gaze as he plots his next move. The fox spies rows of lush grapevines through a crack in the wall, his eyes widening at the sight. His stomach betrays his hunger with a loud rumble. "Just what I need," he thinks, his mouth watering at the prospect. He stares intently at the grapes, visualizing their sweet taste. Beneath the farmer's wall, the fox spots a tempting cluster of grapes, tantalizingly out of reach. He lowers his body, muscles tense, readying himself for a daring leap. With focused determination, the fox prepares to jump. He leaps toward the grapes. Beneath the open sky, the fox spots the tempting grapes hanging high on the farmer's wall. With powerful leaps, the fox stretches toward the prize, paws extended in hopeful anticipation. Agonizingly close, yet ultimately out of reach, the fox misses by inches. A heavy thud echoes as the fox falls back to earth, defeated by the tantalizing fruit. Dusting off the disappointment, the fox shakes himself, preparing to defy gravity once more. Undaunted, the fox readies for another attempt, determination etched in every fiber of his being. The fox, a picture of determination, begins his approach to the imposing wall. He gathers speed, his movements a blur of focused energy. With a burst of effort, he leaps, aiming for the top. His claws scrape against the rough surface, a desperate attempt to gain purchase. He loses his grip, the dream of scaling the wall slipping away. The fox lands heavily, his ambition thwarted by the unyielding barrier. The fox surveys the vast expanse before him, his gaze sharp and calculating. His eyes lock onto the farmer's wall, a barrier standing between him and a succulent feast. An idea sparks in the fox's mind as he spots a small mound of earth near the wall. With newfound determination, the fox begins his ascent, paws scrabbling against the earth. He climbs onto the mound, his muscles straining with each upward push. Beneath the scorching sun, the grapes hang like jewels, a cruel taunt to the famished fox. With desperate determination, the fox leaps, every muscle straining for that elusive prize. Agony etches across his face as his paws grasp only empty air, the grapes remaining just beyond reach. He crashes back to earth, the dusty ground mocking his failed ambition. The fox lands heavily, the impact reverberating through his weary frame. Exhaustion washes over him, each breath a testament to his futile efforts. The fox approaches the imposing stone wall, his gaze fixed on the challenge ahead. With fierce determination, the fox claws at the wall, seeking purchase on the smooth surface. Frustration mounts as the fox slides back down, his efforts thwarted by the unyielding stone. Defeated, the fox lands back on the ground, his ambition temporarily quelled. The fox circles the imposing wall, his amber eyes gleaming with determination as he seeks a weakness in the ancient barrier. His sharp gaze meticulously examines every crevice and contour, driven by an unwavering persistence. A loose stone catches his attention, a glimmer of opportunity amidst the unyielding facade. With focused precision, the fox's paws engage, testing the stone's stability as he begins his work. The fox persists, diligently working to create a foothold, his determination unwavering. The fox strains against the unyielding stone, his muscles screaming in protest. His paws, raw and bleeding, lose their grip on the rough surface. Exhaustion washes over him as the weight of the stone proves too much to bear. He collapses to the ground, defeated, his body trembling with fatigue. His breath comes in ragged gasps as he succumbs to the pain and weariness. His energy completely spent, the fox lies motionless, a picture of utter surrender. Under the relentless sun, the fox's body strains with unbearable thirst. High above, a tantalizing cluster of grapes hangs, mocking his parched throat. Exhaustion battles with desire as the fox gazes longingly at the forbidden fruit. His mind is filled with the imagined taste of the grapes. He imagines, the sweet juice on my parched tongue. The fox struggles to rise, his body protesting with every move. Pain shoots through his muscles as he finally stands, a testament to his failed ambition. He glances back at the grapes, a mixture of longing and defeat clouding his eyes. Frustration simmers beneath the surface, a bitter reminder of his fruitless efforts. Resignation settles in, a quiet acceptance of his limitations. With one last lingering look, the fox turns away, leaving the tantalizing grapes behind. Defeated, the fox turns his back on the wall, his dreams of satisfaction dashed against the unyielding barrier. His spirit crushed, he begins a sorrowful retreat, each step heavy with the weight of unrealized ambition. Each stride carries him further from his goal, the distance echoing the chasm in his aspirations. In a moment of quiet resignation, the fox attempts to soothe his wounded pride. I must rationalize my failure. The words hang in the air, a fragile shield against the sting of defeat, as he continues his lonely journey. The vast expanse of the farm stretches before him, a constant reminder of his shortcomings and the world's indifference. The fox strides away from the farmer's wall, his shadow stretching long in the afternoon sunday. A final glance back at the grapes reveals a battle between desire and determination in the fox's eyes. The fox hardens his gaze, masking his disappointment with newfound resolve. With forced conviction, the fox declares, "Those grapes were probably sour anyway." Under the relentless sun, the fox trudges wearily through the parched field. His empty stomach growls, a constant reminder of his fruitless search. A flicker of disappointment crosses his face. He pauses, his eyes scanning the horizon with fading hope. With a sigh, he lowers his head and continues his lonely trek. The fox vanishes into the heat-hazed distance, a solitary figure against the vast expanse.